You ever think you should just start a podcast, but like you don't know where to begin, and you're just sitting there like, well, it's an idea, and everyone tells you gotta take baby steps. You gotta at least fucking do something, right? You know, make some shit happen. So my baby step is start recording myself, having ideas. Went on the YouTubes and I went and searched up royalty-free music, you know, because white noise is better than silence when you have a monologue. So this is royalty-free music, brought to you by Vlog Music. Yeah. My idea initially here, so I was thinking about doing a schizoid radio podcast kind of deal. A lot of my friends are schizoids. I'm a schizoid. Schizoid affective disorder is what I was labeled with. A lot of my friends have like dissociative personalities, delusions of grandeur, hallucinations, all kinds of great things. Some of them are productive members of society, some of them are not. I am not. I have money, I have a business, I don't do anything with it though. Yeah, a lot of us have a lot of ideas, but no motivation to actually carry through these ideas. I think a lot of these ideas are worth sharing. A lot of these conversations are worth hearing. And I think some of these delusions of grandeur could actually be realized by people who have the motivation to carry through these ideas. A lot of our ideas aren't far-fetched. They're just improbable for us to achieve because of our status. So we should work on that. I think cohesion will definitely help us all out. Just need to lean on one another a little bit. That sound is my dogs. They're going hard in the paint. I don't know. Gotta start somewhere. So I guess for like a monologue here, first little episode, talk about my delusions of grandeur. I personally don't see myself as some messianic figure. I see myself as more like the guide for that person. If there was a messianic figure to ever, come to fruition, he would come to me for guidance. That's how I see myself. Me personally, I don't feel like I have a desire to go around and be like, I have all the answers, even if I do. I'd rather have somebody else be that guy. It's not for me. I don't like crowds. Not a fan of most people. On a large scale, I like the idea of people. I just don't like dealing with the individuals, especially in groups larger than 3. I hate groups larger than 3. I don't know. What do you think? I think we can change farming to like the point where we sequester and release whatever greenhouse gases we desire, where we desire them, how we desire them, what condition. For instance, we can carbon boost plants, while at the same time we could sequester whatever else we want. We can sequester carbon or release the carbon. We can sequester oxygen, release the oxygen. We can sequester CO2, water vapors, everything. You name it, we can sequester it or release it where we want, how we want. Let me think. I think our oceans have enough power to generate the electricity for everybody's needs right now. I think if we were able to control our planet, we would be able to like not only power all of our needs, but avert any catastrophic natural phenomenon that might happen. So if we started controlling the oceans, started expanding the land, and I literally mean that, like, we just start growing up, and then with the land beneath us, we start expanding it in every side, kind of like a sponge. You guys good over there? No? You cool? Alright. Well, don't go so hard. She ain't gonna listen to you like that. I ain't gonna listen to you like that. Grab a different bone. Get something else. She don't want to share. Here. Take this one. There you go. Yeah, if we expand the land like a sponge, make it porous, and also at the same time absorb the water that goes through it, we could essentially use pipelines to get the water where we want. We can desalinate it. We can, purify it however we desire. I think if we started doing that, we could really make some leaps and bounds on technology. Just the water passing through all of these devices, pumping it through, you name it, all types of aquifers and dams and turbines and everything else. Just basically anything that can make spin, we should be making spin, and we could use water in order to do that. But there's so much water on this planet that there's no reason why we shouldn't be doing that. And then on top of that, we can put the water where we want it. I think that we should be farming on the oceans. I think we should be basically creating cities that float on the ocean, that are submersible, that are expanding, that can, handle tidal waves, that could survive if the tides move out. They'll just sit there on the shelter. Sit there on their foundation, and then I think that some of them should float out. I think some of them should not. I think some should be anchored to where they're at. I think we should make some of these cities in places that don't currently have water, where we will be putting water. I think that majority of the planet would be doing rather well if we expanded all of the land accordingly. Basically using the water where we want, how we want, the land how we want, where we want, all while not making an impact on ourselves or environment, like in a negative way. Sure, we are going to be destroying absolutely everything, but at the same time, we're restructuring it in such a way that it's more plentiful. So, if you're unaware of theoretical astrophysics or astrophysics in general, we have a capacity limit. Once we reach 10% of capacity here on Earth, we'll basically rapidly get up to 50%, and then from 50%, we're at maximum capacity in no time. It's just like leaps and bounds, boom. It's a huge factor. It's just right. So in order to divert that, they normally talk about an ant vial experiment, basically transferring half the ants once you're at 100% capacity to another vial, which will also rapidly overexpand its capacity. So you're supposed to retard population in order for it to maintain capacity inside of the vial. That's one of the solutions, not the only solution, it's just one of them. It's one of the things that we're doing right now, is retarding the population, which means we're not allowing it to progress. We're not allowing it to grow. We're simply trying to keep it where it is. What else? I think that, like I said, when we move into the oceans, we should be building cities that are able to continue to expand. I think we should be able to basically farm anything we want from those cities, using the electricity that's created from them. Any type of shift in water, any type of shift in temperature, any type of shift in anything can generate electricity, so long as we are able to utilize it. There's plenty of things we can do, should do. Let me see. What else do I got? Let me make sure that's cool. Oh yeah, so expand the land, create waterways. Transportation. I think we should free everybody in order to travel wherever they want in order to escape oppressive communities or environments. And then we should have democratic centralism set up in each location so people can democratically decide the laws and regulations of their respective regions. So if you want a society that has no drug laws, no taxation on whatever, you can essentially build whatever you like, and that's all fine, based off of democratic centralism. So basically each little region, similar to like the Hunger Games or however you want to look at it, will have their own borders and respective regions of rule. What else? The transition to that is already being set up right now. It's just a matter of us like taking control and making the rest happen accordingly. Right now, if we were to create like a democratic centralism system, it would basically just be an online system where you're able to vote on how to allocate resources in your respective region. So everybody say gets $25,000 that they get to allocate towards things in their city, their town, their region, whatever. You get $25,000 that you personally get to allocate. You can't say $25,000 goes to your personal bank account so that way you can have rent free for whatever. That's not how that works. You would allocate, say if you wanted housing, you could allocate $25,000, all of it, directly to housing. And that means that like if people are homeless, you could actually house them, and $25,000 would be directly donated towards that cause. As opposed to like, the way we have a small republic of people dictating that all of our money should go to war efforts and destabilization. We could actually have the people deciding how to actually improve their own environments based on their wants and desires. And right now, while we currently still use the monetary system to manipulate people, we should use that monetary system in order to create a better world. So yeah, that's how you would do that. You basically incentivize the system through citizen cohesion. Like, yeah. Yeah. You could have an impact so long as you work with everybody else. And this is how you work with everybody else. And when you do it that way too, it's like, say you want to donate so much towards whatever causes, even if you still want to donate towards wars, you can still do that through democratic centralism. How much money should go towards war efforts? What type of war efforts? Do you want to build bombs? Do you want to like pay for troops? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And then each person gets to dictate that too. So like if military budget expands based off of this system, that's whatever. But that's not on me personally. I don't think we should have a military. I don't think we should have the policing systems that we have. I don't think we should have hardly anything that we have right now. I think it's all stupid. It's based off of consent. Most of it is like an occupancy. America is run by an occupancy, like through its government. It's an occupancy. It's not for the people. It doesn't represent the people. It doesn't help the people. It's just an occupancy. And yeah, definitely needs to change. So yeah, it's just like anything else too. Any occupancy is just like anybody trying to take over as governor. Al Qaeda, Baraka, whatever the fuck, Haram. I don't even remember all the names. All those little Asian people that want to take over the world. Yeah, they get out of here. They're all just occupancies. What? You trying to fight? She looking at me. She's like, she gotta do something. So vicious. So mean. Why you do me like that? Why? Such a violent dog. Goddamn pit bull, so mean, so vicious. But yeah, like I was saying, our government's in occupancy, and their seat should get taken sometime soon. Watch where you're stepping. You got a little guy there. Yeah. What else? Delusions of grandeur. AAAKA. They used to say delusions of grandeur manifest as thinking that you're worthy of being the president of the United States, or that you're the Messiah, or something along those lines. It's a delusion of grandeur to think that you have a purpose that's greater than most. Okay, hold on. She's at the door for you. Later, man.